Okay, you were saying.
So this came out of the extractor
Yesterday.
2 days ago. And it's a warm room in here,
Okay.
and it was left to sit. That causes the wax, and there's always a dead bee. It causes the wax and the dead bees to rise to the top.
Okay.
So it's pretty clean at the bottom. This is a so-called honey gate, just a valve. This is the filter. The first stage is got a coarse screen. The second stage underneath has a very fine screen. And then all of that goes into the bucket at the bottom, which now looks mighty clean to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as long as I don't overdo this, I don't really have to attend it. I just let it. Now, when it gets down to the bottom and the wax starts coming out, I have to pay attention, because if you overfill that and it runs in, you've got to start over. And,
Yeah.
who wants to do that? So, again, this is pretty clean. I mean, you're not seeing much. If you sort of stare at it, you'll occasionally see a little something go by here. But it's fairly clean. This first level is largely for wax bits and bees. The next level is largely for, well, I guess what it does for me is it mostly takes out little bits of crystallized honey, except I'm trying not to have any, which is why it's hot in here. And then down there, it's ready to bottle. And what will happen with this is when I'm all set up, it goes in this bottler.
And this is from them pollinating the cast. Were they feeding off of?
Well, this is just spring honey around here, so it's all sorts of
whatever's in bloom at all.
Whatever's in bloom, yeah.
Okay.
So this would be what was in bloom in March and early April, and later on we'll see other things.
Mm-hmm.
But this is March and early April. February there are blooms, but there's no excess honey. They are using it all for little ones.
Mm.
They burn it all the minute it comes in.
Right.
This is excess, which the reason you get extra is you manipulate the hive such that it grows to be bigger than it would in nature. In nature, there would be many more colonies and they'd be a lot smaller.
And they would only be making what they needed for themselves?
Correct. But, I mean, they're not stupid. That's a funny phrase, I guess, but they know to make, the usual guess is 70 pounds minimum, 100 is more like it, in the fall.
Per hive?
To go through the winter.
And you said that yours are like 80,000 per hive?
This time of year. In the winter, 3,000-4,000. The population really crashes.
Yeah.
But then the queen will start laying eggs around here.
So wait a minute. You're saying for 3,000 or 4,000 to overwinter, they need
70 pounds.
70 pounds.
Because most of that is used for making new bees.
Okay.
A honeybee, an adult honeybee needs calories and no protein. Baby bees need protein and calories.
Because they're growing versus just burning energy.
They need protein and calories.
Okay.
And the protein comes from pollen, and the calories are nectar.
And they carry the pollen on their legs and then
Correct.
come back and drop it off in the hive, or?
Correct. They put it in hive, they put it in a cell, and they tamp it down. They moisten it with honey and some regurgitated enzymes.
Is that what propolis is? Like, what's
No.
propolis when you?
Propolis is tree resins of one sort or another.
Oh.
I mean, pine resin everybody knows, but there are lots of other resins, and it's plant resins of one sort.
But it's collected by the bees?
It is collected by the bees. Bee bread is fermented for preservation purposes. Fermented pollen moistened with honey.
Well, how are you getting, like, people who sell propolis as a product, how are they harvesting that versus honey?
Well, because the bees, let's see, is there any on here that's looking at it? I mean, I knock it off most of the time. Well, I don't have any much here. You find a lot of it in the inside of the hive. They use it, well, for example, for the fall, I'll have at least 2 boxes.
Yeah.
And they will, like with a log cabin, they live in a log cabin, they'll chink it up with propolis.
Yeah.
How do people get it? Well, by and large, they get it by putting in things that the bees want to seal up. And then they end up on a plastic screen. You freeze them, you freeze the screens, and then like taking ice cubes out of a tray, twist it and pull it off, as long as it's cold. If it's warm, it's sticky as hell.
So it's more like a resin when it's in that
like
state.
Yeah.
So like around here, what's the tree that would make propolis?
I don't know. I think it's all of them, actually.
All of them?
I think you should get out of here, actually.
Yeah, they seem upset.
Which I